To everyone that's just joining us, welcome to Basketball at the Bar, your favorite sports bar. We're just breaking down the games today, the teams that got eliminated. Make sure you guys hit that like button down below, hit that subscribe button. We put out fresh live content Monday through Friday. We would love if you guys join us. A couple more things today on the menu. We are going to cover the Clippers and Pelicans preview for Friday's game, also the Cavaliers-Hawks preview, and then we're going to jump into Q&A with you, the fans, the barflies, here in the chat. So get your questions, get your subjects ready, post them here in the chat.
Get your popcorn ready.
And Calvin and I would love to interact with you all and have a good time answering all those questions. So, Calvin, Friday, I'm excited. 2 more games till the playoffs start.
We're almost there.
First off, we have the Clippers and the Pelicans. Because the Clippers have a better record, they will be hosting this game. Let me hear your thoughts and a prediction for Pelicans at Clippers.
I think this game is going to be a close game. To me, I don't think – I haven't heard anything about Kawhi. I'm not expecting him to play in this game, which, of course, would help the Clippers immensely. But I think that the Clippers are going to play better than they did against Minnesota. Paul George, I'm certainly expecting another big game out of him. And to me, the X factor here is actually Jonas Valanciunas.
Okay.
Because I expect CJ to have a good game. I expect Brandon Ingram to score around 20 points, maybe a little more. I expect Paul George to have a big game as well. Mm-hmm. Valanciunas, to me, if he can dominate that matchup inside with Zubats, that's going to be a big key to New Orleans winning this game. That being said, I'm still going to take the Clippers.
Okay.
I just think the Clippers are going to have a bounce-back game after a rough one. They're going to have a really bad taste in their mouth from Pat Bev. They're going to come out.
Who doesn't?
Well, of course, but they're going to come out ready to play. They're going to be at home, and I think they're going to win this game.
Okay. I'm a little mixed on this game. That last Clippers game gave me a bad taste in my mouth for the Clippers because I picked them just like you to win that game, and they totally disappointed. This Clippers team is like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, right? Like, we talk about how they have the potential to be the best 3-and-D team in the league. You look at all these players, great defenders, great three-point shooters, but you know what they say about the 3 ball, right? When it falls, it falls.
You live by the 3, you die by the 3.
Yeah, and then when it dries up, it dries up. Now, if I weren't to take the fourth quarter of this Pelicans-Spurs game in here, I would be like, oh, the Pelicans are going to blow them out. But the Pelicans worried me in this fourth quarter of this game. Yeah. They stopped moving the ball. They let the Spurs kind of work their way back in here. Be real here. The Spurs had no business even being in this game. They're only here because the Lakers suck. That's the only reason why. So
can we hear that again?
The Lakers suck.
Lakers suck.
So I think it's going to be a really, really close game. I'm not going to make a prediction here as far as who's going to win this game. But
you're not going to make a prediction.
But I'm going to tell you, I think between Paul George and C.J. McCollum, whoever has more points, that team's going to win.
Okay.
Because I think that matchup is going to be huge. If Paul George can shut down C.J., Pelicans are going to be in trouble.
I think the Clippers need Paul George to score more in this game than the Pelicans need C.J. to score.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Paul George, to me, has to have about 30 points.
Yeah. I think they both have to have 30 to win.
Well, Brandon Ingram is the guy for me. Like,
yeah.
If Brandon Ingram goes off and has, 30, 35, something like that, they can win that game with CJ only scoring somewhere in the teens.
Yeah. And Brandon Ingram's just coming back from the hamstring injury. It didn't seem to hamper him tonight. He had 27 points. But, those things can linger, and you never know. A day after, 2 days after, maybe he's a little bit slower. I'm not quite sure. But it is going to be a really, really fun game to watch. It really is. All right, moving on here. Cavaliers are hosting the Atlanta Hawks for the final playoff spot. I know the Cavaliers lost yesterday, but they did it in pretty impressive fashion. They were in the game. They stuck around. They came back. They tried. They were playing the Nets, which, in my opinion, have no business even being in the play-in tournament because they should have been in the playoffs already. Would they have 11-game losing streak this season? I think they're one of the only teams in the NBA to have that. Maybe Houston is one of those.
Yeah.
I know Detroit didn't. I'm not sure about Orlando. I know Sacramento didn't lose that many games in a row. So it's just incredible that they're even in this position. The Hawks played incredibly well today. A very impressive performance by them. But I want to hear your take on this Hawks at Clippers. Or sorry,
Cavs.
Cavaliers.
This game is going to be a real interesting game to me because these two teams are almost polar opposites of each other. Atlanta is run and gun, get up and down, shoot a ton of threes, score a ton of points, and not play very much defense. Mm-hmm. Cleveland is the exact opposite. Slow pace, grind it out, get good shots, play really good defense, rebound the ball. I think they're sixth in the NBA, or finished sixth in the NBA this year in rebounding. They're going to get Jared Allen back. They've got the twin towers or even the triple towers inside if you want to throw Markkanen in there. So the size differential, Clint Capella is going to be a really, really important part for the Hawks. He's got to play big. He's got to hold his own inside because he's going to have Jared Allen and Evan Mobley coming at him all day long. Evan Mobley is probably the X factor for me here in this game just because I'm not sure who Atlanta has guarding him. Capella is probably going to be on Jared Allen. They don't have a lot of other serious defenders. DeAndre Hunter is a really, really good defender, and he might end up having to guard Evan Mobley for a lot of this game. But Mobley's got a big reach advantage on him and is very skilled in the post, which is not traditionally where DeAndre Hunter defends people. So it's really this game is whose strength ends up being the bigger strength. Mm-hmm. If the Hawks are able to shoot lights out from three like they did against the Hornets, they've got a great chance to win this game. But if Cleveland can make that difficult for them, not give them a bunch of open threes like they had tonight, they can slow the game down a little bit, they've got a good chance to win. I'm going to pick Cleveland overall to win this game, though.
Okay.
I think Darius Garland and Trae Young are going to cancel each other out, so to speak, because both of them are going to have good offensive games. And then that means it's who steps up inside, and I'm going to take Cleveland's big men over Clint Capella.
Yeah, I mean, Jared Allen's not official that he's playing.
Not official, but I would be shocked if he didn't.
It sounds like he is. We don't know what's going on with John Collins. I would expect him to at least try and make it a go in this game. Maybe he can help slow down some of those big guys like Mobley and Markkanen. Not known for his defense.
No, and asking a lot to try and stop a 7-footer inside.
Yeah, and he's a little undersized at the position as well. I'm going to have to agree with you. I think the Cavaliers are going to win this game. I think that they have to defend the three-point line. That's the key 100%. For me. 100%. That is the key for me because I'm not worried about inside. You got all those big guys inside. That's fine. But if the Hawks shoot 40% from three-point range in this game, they win the game.
Yeah.
So I think Cleveland's got to do exactly what you said. They got to muck it up. They got to slow down the game, and they have to stop the three ball.
And Cleveland has an advantage that Atlanta does not, in that they can put Isaac Okoro on Trae Young.
Yep.
Bigger defender, guy that's known for his defense. Atlanta doesn't have somebody that they can do that to for Darius Garland. I mean, they could put somebody like DeAndre Hunter on him, but I think that's going to hurt them because they're going to need him to guard some of these bigger players for Cleveland. So advantage Cleveland in that regard.
Yeah, and not even to mention they got Rondo coming off the bench. You could put Rondo out there. Like if Trae Young hits a couple threes in this game early on, I'm just putting Rondo out there and I'm just saying, I don't care if you get kicked out of the game or what, Rondo. Just make it tough on him. Be a pest. Be Patrick Beverly.
Yeah.
Just go in there, push him down, do whatever it takes to slow this guy down. I think Trae Young is a phenomenal player, incredible shooter, but those shooters, I mean, you've seen it with Steph Curry as well. When you get physical with them, it makes their game much, much harder.
It does, and you also got to take into effect the amount of energy that they have to expend over the course of a full game because Cleveland's going to go at Trae Young on offense. They're going to make him play defense.
Yep.
And now you got a bigger defender that you can use on Trae Young on the other side of the ball, so he still has to work really hard to get his shots off offensively. Does that affect him, late in the game if he's got to play 42, 43 minutes in this game? We'll see.
Yeah, I think Darius Garland is a great player. Now that I'm thinking about it, Calvin, you picked the Clippers on Friday, right? You took the Clippers?
I did take the Clippers.
All right, I'll take the Pelicans. You want to bet a shot at tequila on this?
We can bet a shot at, you want tequila or Jameson?
Ooh, let's do Jameson.
Shot of Jameson it is. You guys heard it here first.
Come on, Pelicans. Let's see it. Any more thoughts on these games on Friday? I mean, I'm excited. I know you are. And
I'm excited. I'm more excited because this means that we're going to get to Saturday when the real games start.
Yes.
But I think that we got the best possible matchups for the final day of the play-in. So it should make for an exciting day.
Yeah, and I